We are back on golf today. One of the great moments of the LPGA Tour season came in August. Ashleigh Buhai secured her first major AIG Women's Open. Muirfield, sun was setting. South African defeated Inji Chun in a playoff. First career LPGA Tour win. That bunker game just did not quit. And then she returned to the winner's circle over the weekend, the Australian Open. Held off Grace Kim and G.A. Shin to win by one. Tapped in for par after watching Shin's birdie attempt to force a playoff just missed, and added the title to her Women's Open crown with a 12-under total. It's been a fantastic year. Just 3 missed cuts. You see kind of a cool start with a fast finish. A couple top 10 finishes on the LPGA Tour season entering August. But, man, she closed like a house on fire, getting the win in the AIG Women's Open and the Australian Women's Open as well. And the champion joins us now. Ashleigh, great to see you once again. You had to fight back tears after you reflected on your year winning the rare double, Women's Open, Aussie Open. Why has it impacted you so strongly?
I think it's just, I've been professional for 15 years now, and you always wonder, is that win on the LPGA going to happen or on the biggest stage? And obviously the win at Muirfield was huge for me, life-changing. It's stuff that you dream about. And then I think, it was a case of, well, will it happen again? Obviously, I was hoping this is the start of something. And to do it a few months later, I think it was just so rewarding. And for it to have been such a long year and to finish off that way, I also had family and friends that came out to watch in Australia. So to have them there, it was very special to celebrate with them.
Go back to the Women's Open, and I know you've had some time to process this now since you've won the championship. What was it like having the 54-hole lead at a major championship and then going into the playoff? I can only imagine the nerves in a situation like that.
Yeah, obviously the most nervous I've ever been in my career, but that whole week I felt so in control, so calm. And like I'd said, my only focus was to try and control what I could, and that was keeping my tempo in the playoff like I had done on every other shot that whole week other than the 15th hole, I'd say. So that's all I could control, and to try to keep me in that moment. And then obviously when it was happened, again, the emotions just came flooding over when Dave ran onto the green.
Ashleigh, I understand you started working with a mental coach in February, Duncan McCarthy. What has been the biggest benefit of having him on your team?
I think it was just the start of first looking after the person. COVID had an impact on many of us. For me being from South Africa, not being able to go back and see my family, we hadn't quite realized how that affected me personally, and there was kind of going into my game and the frustration on the golf course. So, we kind of took care of Ashleigh, the human being, and once we kind of felt that was in a good space, we turned to the golf course and gave me the tools to cope under pressure and just try to do a few things right every week. And they change every week, as opposed to trying to do 10 different things right and not even getting one right in a way. So it's kind of just breaking things down and going back to the beginning.
Now, this probably goes to a conversation you're going to have with your team, including Duncan. But after the career year you've had, how do you sort of reassess your goals going into next year? After winning a major championship, winning the Australian Open, everything that goes into that, do you almost set the bar a little bit higher going into next year, or is that the danger?
Yeah, well, now I've proven that I can do it. So obviously you want to do it again. So those will definitely be the goals. I mean, like I've mentioned before, if you had told me at the end of 2022 I'd be sitting with 2 trophies, let alone a major, I would never have believed you. But now I've proven I can do it. And hopefully, the goal is to get yourself in contention as many times as you can. And, you're not going to pull off a win every time, but to see if it can happen. And again, just, to rather do a few things right every week, and hopefully that will bring an outcome we would like.
Ashleigh, I play this game at a very, very low level. Your bunker play is something to behold. It's a shot that befuddles the high handicapper. What is one key, just one key, to hitting bunker shots well?
Well, for me, it's always a case. You need your weight on your left side and, open face. But I like to try and bounce the toe of the bunker. And I always try to say to amateur golfers, or like when I'm playing in pro-ams, have a feeling of throwing the sand to where you want the ball to land. Because obviously a lot of amateur golfers will swing short, duff it, or thin it. You have to stay committed and take a big swing at a bunker and, throw that sand.
Now, your husband caddied for you, but you've also, had him outside the ropes as well, cheering for you. What's his status for 2023? How are you going to make this work? I mean, both ways clearly are successful.
No, it was just a once-off week at the Australian Open. I mean, he caddied for me for 8 years, but he caddies for Jill and Lee 6, and they have a great partnership out on the course. And Tanya Patterson, my caddy, we do too. So nothing will change going forward. It's just fantastic that I'm able to have his support, and obviously we travel on the LPGA together, and it's a good. We're able to go to work and then come home from work and talk about our days, and it's almost like a so-called normal relationship, but it's just on the road.
Love that. Ashleigh, it's just after 4:30 in Australia in the morning. Are you going back to bed now? Are you to go work on your wedge game? What's the plan for the rest of the day?
Oh no, the clubs haven't come out the travel bag since the Australian Open, and they won't for probably another 3 weeks as I head back to South Africa tomorrow to finally be able to celebrate with family and friends there. I'm staying currently with my sister-in-law, my niece and nephew, and we're just probably going to enjoy the day, but I'm hoping to get some sleep.
Well, you've earned some sleep and some nice rest as well. Congratulations on a fantastic year. Let's speak to you down the road in 2023.
Thank you very much.